Hello and welcome to the first tutorial of the term. This is a quick, really simple intro to Google Docs. We'll go over the basic interface stuff, we'll play around with some of the tools, and I'm just going to have you create a quick text document to get used to submitting assignments. So this is what the assignment looks like, Docs Tutorial 1. The link is right here, and this is how they'll all work, is you'll click on a link, and it'll bring you to the relevant page in the text. And what we're going to do is create, edit, and save a document. This document is submitted to the class portal for grading, and I'll show you how to do that because it's a little different than uploading a typical file, and it's a lot easier. So the first thing we want to do is open our Google Drive and create a new Google Doc. If you look at the previous section, there's a video demonstrating how to do that and how easy it is. We'll create that document here. I'm going to go into my ITECH 100 folder. I'm going to create a new document, and I'm going to call it Introduction. And you'll notice, enter, that immediately upon changing the file name, it saves it and actually creates the file in your Google Drive. So it's right here, Introduction. So I'm going to go back to the tutorial tab here, and it'll show you a few questions. It'll ask you about computers that you own. I know we kind of already did this as a discussion board, but I'm asking you some slightly different questions here just to kind of generate some sort of conversation, and just, because you have to do something that's, interesting and relevant. So let's do that. I'm going to just kind of quickly answer these questions, and I will pause the video while I do it. You'll type them in here like this. So I'm going to pause the video, you do the same, and fill in the rest of your content. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do a quick little thing. You don't have to do this. You can just have yours like this if you want, but I am going to change the paragraph spacing just slightly so it's a little more of a block style, which we'll talk about in tutorial 2 in a little bit more detail. So this is it. Once you have it to this point, this is actually done. You'll notice that it's saved and that it is nice and safe right here in your Google Drive. As long as you had an active internet connection throughout this process, it should all be there. So going back to the tutorial assignment in Canvas, you'll have the blue button at the top right that says Submit Assignment. The way to do this is the first time you do it, you have to do a couple extra steps, but every time after that, it's going to be way easier. So we hit Submit Assignment, and we're going to go Google Drive, not Google Doc. Go to Google Drive, because we want to be able to submit a file from Google Drive. And it's going to ask you to log in. So you have to authorize your Google account. Now, if you're using the web browser that you typically use, you're probably already logged in. So when you click Authorize down here in the bottom, pick the account that you want to use. I'm going to use my LLTC Google account. It's going to say Google Drive LTI. LTI is a type of tool that is used to integrate with learning management systems. Google Drive LTI by Canvas wants to access your Google account. It will give Google Drive access to see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Drive files, which, it's one of those things where you have to give it permission to do things in order for it to do anything interesting. So it's not going to do anything bad. You just have to trust. Do we trust Google Drive LTI by Canvas? Do you trust the company that created Canvas, the learning management system? Well, I do. So I'm going to allow it. And my authorization is successful, and immediately after you do that, and every time from now on, you'll see this menu pop up. Whenever you go to, it'll start with the file upload. You can go over to Google Drive, and it will just automatically log into your Google Drive, and then you'll see all of your files here. So I'll go to my ITECH 100 folder, look for my introduction, which was created today, September 6, 2020 at 13:01 p.m. You hit Submit. And then what will happen is it's actually going to change the file extension to docx. Now, docx is a Word document. It's actually going to convert your file into a Word document, which is cool. It's exactly what we want it to do. And then when you hit submit, it'll automatically make that conversion happen. So you hit submit assignment. You'll get a little notification that says that Canvas is processing your submission, but you're done. You can navigate away from the page and it will do it automatically. If there's a failure and for some reason, it will notify you. But you can see that it was submitted correctly and is in fact here. I can even download the file again just to verify that it made it into my downloads folder and open it in Microsoft Word just to see what it ended up looking like. And this is it. So boom, there's all of my text in a Microsoft Word document, and it was submitted successfully. So if you got to this point, you're done, and that's tutorial 1. You can feel free to move on to tutorial 2.